Hey, what's going on, everybody? Kenzie Entertainment here, and today I'm going to be talking about, is it worth it to buy a RGH or JTAG Xbox 360 in the year of 2017, which is this year, obviously. So is it worth it? Well, there are a lot of pros and cons to buying one. So I'm going to just kind of go through the list. What are the pros? What are the cons? Is it worth it? My personal opinion, plus just some straight up facts. So I'm going to start off with the pros here, give you the good news first. So if you're thinking about buying one, it probably means you're really into modding. Now, whether you're into modding online or what, or maybe just you want to play free games or something, I don't know. It's not my business what you do, but if you're going to buy an RGH, here are some of the advantages to buying one. First of all, you can play PC mods on the Xbox 360 for certain games, such as the prime example being Skyrim. Very, very good PC mods for Skyrim, as you probably know. You can actually get those on an RGH Xbox 360, which leads me to my next point, and my next pro, Xbox 360 Neighborhood, the ability to run your Xbox right from your computer and edit the files and everything. Now, it's kind of a long process to get it on your computer, but it's not hard. Take it from me, I did it just recently this year, because I got my RGH this year, my third one actually, because the other two broke. You'll hear about that later in the cons. So next up, guys, so yeah, Xbox 360 Neighborhood is great. You can start any game right from your computer on your Xbox 360, and as long as your Xbox 360 is on, you can also edit files. It makes it very easy to mod with your Xbox 360 Neighborhood on your computer. Now, the next point, next pro, I should say, free games or play games without the disc straight from your hard drive. So this is one I personally like because of games like GTA 5 and Call of Duty and all that, where you want a system link yourself to mod yourself online on Call of Duty, which is another pro that I have on this list. You can't do that unless you have two copies of the game. Well, that's not the case for the RGH Xbox 360 or the JTAG. Chances are, if you buy one, it's going to be an RGH, by the way. That's not the case for it. You can download the game onto your RGH and play it without the game even being there in the console, straight from your hard drive. And that's a big advantage to having one, is that I guess if you're going to be doing any modding at all, you can literally mod yourself on your retail Xbox without having the disc in the modded Xbox. You don't have to buy 2 discs, saves you some money there. But money is not being saved if you buy one of these Xboxes, and I'm going to tell you why later. So that leads to kind of the next thing, playing games from your hard drive. You're going to need a pretty big hard drive. So modded hard drive storage is another thing. I have a 1 terabyte Xbox 360 hard drive. Really, on the hard drive, it says 60 gigabytes though. So it is modded up to 1 terabyte. And yes, that storage is accessible. You can actually use that storage. That's a huge advantage. That's what I love about it. And I have like 90 games on there. So great stuff there, and I never play with a game disc ever, and so unless I'm installing a game, I don't need a game disc. So it makes it very easy to play games. I'm not condoning this, but it is possible to go to GameStop, get a game, install it on your hard drive, and then take the game back and get your money back. I am not saying in any way do that, because that is obviously not good and illegal. So don't do that, but I guess do what you have to do if you want whatever you want. It's not my business what you do, but that is a pro. Next up, guys, modded lobbies. These are kind of going out of style as Call of Duty games get older and no longer on the Xbox 360, which is a con I'll cover later. But modded lobbies are still so much fun. Now, a lot of this stuff will have to do with the cons later that I'll mention, but modded lobbies, even by yourself, are really fun. And if System Link is where I host most of my lobbies to, hack my other accounts or get me on like 10th Prestige or whatever games I'm playing. But that's kind of a problem, and I'll talk about that a little bit later as well on my cons list. But next up, guys, GTA 5 mods. GTA 5 mods are the best for like any game. They compete with World at War, but even then GTA 5 mods go above and beyond RGH mods. I mean, there is so much you can do with GTA 5 mods. GTA 5 mods alone, I'm pretty sure are the reason I bought my RGH. And it was not that cheap, which I'll get to in a little bit, but it wasn't that expensive either. I got a pretty good deal on eBay. So next up, run emulators. You can run PS1, N64, original Xbox games, and more probably on the Xbox 360 RGH for free. You just download the games online from, I believe there's a site for the emulators. I would Google that or look on YouTube for it. I'm sure there are videos everywhere. And you can run emulators, which basically means you can play older games from the Nintendo 64, PS1, original Xbox games. You guys, if you've seen my videos on my channel, you know that I do play Nintendo 64 games sometimes on my channel. Those are always on the Xbox 360 because my capture card obviously can't record the N64 footage. So that is all from my RGH Xbox 360. So that's really cool, and that's another reason I got it, is to play older games rather than having to hook up the old N64 and get going. Even though I do have 4 of those, it's a pain to hook up, and I don't want to hook it up. So emulators make it really nice and easy to run without any games, without any purchases, anything, for free, 100%. So next up, guys, Homebrew is the last pro, and that is kind of it for my pros list. But there are tons of pros, tons of games you can mod, and much more. So that's kind of all depends on what kind of games you want to mod and what you have an interest in, really. But personally, those are some of my biggest pros that I have. I guarantee you I forgot stuff. There's so much you can do. So definitely, if you like all those, then you're probably going to want one. But these cons may change your mind. First con, this applies mainly to Call of Duty and GTA. You can't go online. I mean, you can, but you'll have to get a new KV, and on top of that, you will need Xbox Live Stealth, otherwise you will be banned within seconds or minutes. And Xbox Live Stealth is very expensive. Yeah, I think it's like, I think it's $25 for like 1 day or something, or 3 days. I'm not sure of the prices nowadays, but I never actually bought Xbox Live Stealth because I mean, you still get banned in the end. Even if you get like a lifetime, I'm pretty sure you still get banned. But I'm not exactly 100% sure how that looks. So you'd have to do your research if you are planning on buying that. But lifetime is not cheap either, and no telling when these Xbox Live Stealth servers will actually go down, as well as the Xbox 360 servers for online. So, you know, all of it depends on kind of a bunch of different things. So it's a big risk if you take that purchase. So I just play offline, unless you do System Link, which is great because you can mod yourself offline just by hooking your 2 Xboxes up. So that works really well as well. So another con, I've had 2 Xboxes do this to me, RGH, take a risk of overheating or just completely collapse and just not do anything anymore. And that happened to me twice when I bought from an actual retailer known as 5K Mods. I wouldn't suggest buying from them because they are very expensive, and I regret buying from them. But and also, and that leads to my next point. If you don't buy a good enough one, it's not going to last very long. Chances are 6 months max, maybe 3 months, maybe 1 month, maybe a week. You don't know. My Jasper here, it's lasted about 6 or 7 months so far, and it's been really good, actually. Very fast boot times. Make sure it has good boot times. Don't buy from a not trusted seller, and honestly, don't buy from a seller. Buy from eBay. That's where I bought mine. I got a pretty good deal on it for like 130, 140 bucks, something like that, which just sounds expensive for an Xbox 360, but believe it or not, that's actually a good deal. And it came with like 60 or 70 games pre-installed. So that was really good, and the 1 terabyte hard drive, and the cutout on the top, which I showed you guys in my RGH reveal if you saw that. But next up, expensive. The prices can vary. Usually they're from $180 to almost $500, $600 sometimes, depending on what ones you get. Obviously, those will be the higher end Xbox 360 Slims. But the RGH, I was very lucky to get the Jasper RGH for 130, 140 bucks. That is a steal. Jaspers are the best type of fat Xbox 360s that you can get, the original, not the Slim. And they don't overheat pretty much. It takes a lot to make them overheat, which obviously I don't play it enough for it to overheat, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I mean, I would buy, you know, if you're willing to spend the money, then definitely go big. But then again, you debate, you know, is it worth it? So another con here, this is a pretty big one. There are going to be no more 360 games for the Xbox. So no more Xbox 360 games. That means no more Xbox 360 games to mod besides the ones that are already out. So this is, I mean, because as time goes on, those ones that are already out, eventually no one's going to play those, or very few people are going to actually play them for it to matter. So, you know, online features and all that won't really be accessible to you. So kind of just all again, like this is a one big debate. Is it worth it buying it? For these reasons, I would say it's probably not. But if you're like me, you like the single player mod, you like a big hard drive, you like you know, it's a place to play Xbox 360 games just for fun. Other than your Xbox 360, maybe just modding a little bit. I've always been a big fan of modding, so I've been doing it for years now, like 6 or 7 years, 7 years I think. So for me, it made sense to purchase one. But if like this is your beginning modding, I would just stick to maybe a flashed Xbox, maybe, or USB mods or ISO, something that won't get you banned, at least right away. But I've never been banned with ISO mods, so I would suggest those before you do these. But so another con here, smaller modding community now. So modding, obviously, it got a lot smaller when the Xbox One released, and it gets smaller every single day, pretty much. And you know, it's going to continue to get smaller with Xbox 360 just being pushed way back. New Xbox One X coming out, a bunch of new Xboxes over the next probably 10 years. So by then, the Xbox 360 just will be irrelevant. It'll be kind of like the original Xbox. No one really plays it anymore. No point to really mod it. And you just put down, you know, $200 or something, whatever you paid for your RGH on a console that's not going to be used anymore by anyone. Now, it is unique because you can run mods on it, which makes it special, which is why you pay more for it, rather than the 50 or $40 for a Xbox 360 original with no mods. So it makes sense why you're paying more for it, but it's just kind of up to you. You know, these are things that you got to think about. Is it worth it? Personally, my final answer, as I would say, no, it is not worth it. Unless you just really, really want to mod and know that you're going to do it for a very long time, or want to do it for a very long time. So guys, that's my video. You know, it's up to you if you buy it. This is just my opinion. You know, so, you know, take it how you want, but hopefully this helped you out in your decision making, because it's not a cheap decision usually. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.